So, am I audible? Please confirm audio and video, please. Yeah. So, how is your preparation going on? Please post all your queries with respect to English. I'll address your queries and then we will start discussing. Please address all. Voice is low. Is this better now? Thank you, Vandana. Okay, PQRS. Yep. So, one is PQRS, the other things. Are there any specific questions that you want me to talk before we start the discussion? Right. So, yeah, we will start with the class. We are going to talk about reading comprehensions first. The notes that we are discussing is there in Telegram channel. Okay, the notes that we are going to use is there in reading comprehension. We will look at the basics of, the questions of RCs, and we will look at the theory. And my request is, please apply the same theory in the exam. Please apply them in the practice questions so that you can handle the questions in a better manner. Right? So there are certain themes of RCs that I wanted to discuss with you and certain approaches. Right? The phrase identification part of RCs, we have already handled it and the live session is available. You can take a look at the live session. Now, in this class, our primary objective is to understand how to handle the central idea of the reading comprehension and how to talk about what is the tone of the RCs. Next is inference questions, fact based questions, and how to identify phrases. So, basically, this is the topic. These are the new kinds of questions that we are going to talk. Okay. Now, first thing is how to handle any RC. See, any reading comprehension, you will not read the entire RC completely. First step is you will look at the questions. That's the first step. You will skim through the questions first and you will understand the questions. When I was writing exams, my habit is I would jot down the summary of the questions on the rough sheet. Then I will go to the question paper. The reason is we have online paper, we have online, then and for each question we have to scroll and there is a lot of time that gets wasted. So I would write the summaries of the questions in the rough sheet first, then I will proceed towards handling the RC. Just a moment. The types of sentences. Okay, we will look at it. Yeah. So yeah, what I was talking is first step is to skim through all the questions. You will write down, you will jot down the summary of the questions. Then you will go to the RC, and that way you can skim through, you can read the reading comprehension in a guided manner. You will not look at random sentences and you will not waste time on reading all the unnecessary aspects. So the first objective is to look at the questions. If the question is vocabulary based and the question is not so contextual, you can handle the question, the vocabulary then and there itself. For example, let us say they will give you a 5 to 10 lines, a big RC, and at the end of the RC they will ask you the word reticent in the above paragraph refers to what. If the question is of this manner and the question is not dependent upon the context, in such cases please handle the RC there, please handle the question there itself. And based on the feedback that is given from the selection phase exam, there are so many questions like this. For example, they are giving a sentence, they are picking a sentence out of the RC and they are asking you what is the active voice of this, what is the passive voice of this, etc. So whenever you have questions of that manner, straight away handle the question. Now, the first type of question that we are going to talk about is identifying the main theme of RC. Hi Roshan. The topic that we are going to talk is identifying the main theme of RC. See, the question can be in different formats. The first type of question is give a proper title to the passage. They might ask you what is the central idea, what does the author want to convey, what is the whole concept of the RC. So these are the questions that they will ask you in identifying the main theme. I'm from Hyderabad, Piyush. So these are the central themes and these are the primary questions that they will ask you in the RCs. So usually, to identify the central theme of RC, there is one solid tip. You will find the central theme of RC either in the first paragraph, first line, or in the last paragraph, last line. In 99% of the cases, you will have the central theme in the first paragraph, first line, or the last paragraph, last line. The giveaway video will be posted tomorrow. We just recorded it and we have picked up the 10 candidates. It is based on a random picking algorithm. The video is recorded. It will be posted tomorrow. Reasoning, there is no need for foundations of reasoning here. You can directly handle the reasoning. Right? Now, first thing, how to identify the central theme? It is either in first paragraph, first line, or in the last paragraph, last line. Right? Next is that if you are looking at the central theme of the RC, then please don't look at any of the data. In any RC, usually when you are describing something, you will start with an introduction, you will give an idea, then you will start giving the numbers so that you can support your idea. Any paragraph for that matter is usually structured in that manner. You will write an introduction, you will talk about it, then you will put up with some arguments related to the introduction. After that, you will present some data pointers, then you will go towards a conclusion. We will look at it with the help of a live example. We will pick up an article of a newspaper and I will show you how usually articles are written. Just give me a minute. I will scroll down and yeah, we will open one small editorial and I'll describe you the natural flow of writing. Okay. Yeah. I hope this is clear. Okay. Now we are talking about let us look at start with the school. Is this clearly visible, dear? Can please confirm if this is visible or not, and I'll show you how a passage is written, how a flow is maintained using certain pointers, and I'll help you understand what kind of values you need to, what kind of things you need to ignore. Acha, this is not visible clearly or not? Please confirm. Yes, it is visible. Complete the story part, the first one. Right. Please take 1 minute. Please take 1 minute, and you want me to zoom? Yeah, this is newspaper, and I can't zoom beyond this. I'll do one thing. We will take a screenshot of this and I will paste it on our slides and we will do that. Right, that is better. We will paste this on our slides. I want you to read it and I'll help you understand how RCs are written and how you need to ignore certain things in the RC. Okay. Uh, okay. Is this visible now? Yeah. Is this better? Yes. So please read this story. Take 2 minutes. Take 2 minutes and read the story. Meanwhile, last line is not visible. The last line says GST Council reform should be the start of something much bigger. Suman, the results will be announced tomorrow in the morning. Tomorrow, it's not results, it's the giveaway winners. It will be announced tomorrow morning. We just recorded it. It has to be slightly edited. I've covered some other FAQs also. There are very good questions, and I've covered some of the questions in the rest part of the video. So once it is edited, it is ready. It will be posted tomorrow. Pickup is complete. We have picked up 10 candidates. It will help very well. Yes, it is a very good idea. It has very good suggestion trim top. Please read books. I always suggest learning in a real manner, so read books. See, reading habit helps you to improve your speed as well. Yes, we will handle science and technology. We will handle science and technology. Please tell me once you read this. This is a small RC. Tell me once you read this. I'll help you demonstrate how a paragraph is written, what kind of content is written at a point. Yes, the giveaway selection is completed. We told you, no, on 6th of evening we will pick it up. So at around 5 p.m. we did the random picking up and we recorded the video. We will announce it tomorrow. At 5 p.m. That is the reason for the delay. At 5:30 we recorded it. Yeah, the older PYQs are not relevant. Did you read this? Yeah, done. Now let's read it. It's okay, Vandana, no issues. Right, let's read it. Anyways, Vandana, you will get a coupon. You are our old student, no? For all the old students, we are giving coupons. Please check your course chat. There is a Google form that is posted in your link. In your course chat, you fill it up. No issues. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Sandeep. Welcome to Siddhi. Thank you so much. Right. Now, let us look at the RC. Let me read it first. Indian agriculture has suffered from lack of value addition and organized processing of raw produce, enabling better integration from farm to fork. So, the first line gives you an idea that the author is talking about the agriculture and they are telling about certain problems. A major reason has been the multiplicity of taxes, duties, etc. There are so many issues with respect to taxes and they are now subsumed under GST. So slowly the author is telling that with respect to agriculture, there are so many problems and majority of the problems are sorted with the help of GST. Now that process has received a further flip with the latest reforms. Now they are talking about the reforms with respect to GST. Virtually every agriculture processed item will now attract either 0 or 5% of duty. See here properly. Till the first paragraph, first part, that is from Indian agriculture to the introduction and rationalization of GST, they introduced the topic. Any paragraph, they will introduce the topic in the first part of the lines, and now from the rest part, from now on, they will give you data, they will give you examples to support the argument or to counter the argument. The usual flow is that initially there will be an introduction statement followed by supportive arguments and the relevant data. Then you will have counter arguments and the relevant data. Let us look at it. From here onwards, virtually every agricultural processed food item will now attract either 5% or 5% or 0% of duty. That includes certain examples. These were being taxed earlier at 18% in the mistaken belief that they are consumed by the better off. Now it is reduced. All this is examples. All this is examples, the positive part of it. Then they are talking about the issue. For example, rationalization is not just about reducing the rates. You have to do more things. They are saying that there are multiple duties and it is given away, and then they're also talking about examples again. 5% on something, 5% on something else, uniform 5% on this. All this is also examples. All this is also examples. Now they're talking about what needs to be done further. Rate tax and reductions, it has also been cut to 5%. Finally they're talking about the government attempted these reforms through the three formulas only to repeal them under political pressure, but the stalled reform agenda needs re-energizing. So at the end of it, now they are talking about what needs to be done. Right? So usually any paragraph is written only in this particular manner. If you look at the entire paragraph, the crux is very simple. Agriculture has certain problems. GST slightly improvised the situation, but earlier slabs was a problem. Now, with the rationalization, majority of the problems are resolved, but this is just a beginning. Much needs to be done. Now, look at this part. Tax rate reduction is a simplification welcome. It is an interesting welcome, but the agricultural reforms need to be given a push. If you read this properly, isn't this line the central idea of the RC? This is the central idea of the RC, and the central idea of this paragraph is written clearly in first paragraph, first lines. where they're talking about GST and GST reforms, and the last paragraph, last lines, where you're talking about the necessity for re-energization. Yes, Sandeep, the entire Brahmos will be taught in English. So this is it, right? The first part is introduction. The second last part, the first paragraph, first line, and last paragraph, last line will give you the central idea of RCs. And if you want to practice learning the central ideas of RCs, if you want to know whether your understanding of the central idea is correct or not, the way you need to do is, in any editorial page, once you go towards an editorial page, you have the central idea that is there. I hope you can see my mouse cursor clearly. This is the central idea. The exercise that you can do is, you can pick up one editorial, you read the editorial, and you try to come up with the central idea, then cross check with the given central idea. See, this is the center, this is the entire RC, and this line is your central idea. Similarly, for this article, this is a central idea. Now, there is a question from many of you who asks us what to read when I'm looking at an editorial. Whether I should read the editorial completely or not, the answer is in the central idea. Look at the central idea, and if the central idea is related to some policy measures, etc., you can read it, or else you can skip it. Now, did you understand what is central idea of an RC, or what is the theme of the RC, what is the crux of the RC, and how to handle those questions? Please come up with your doubts. Thank you so much, Mishra. Ha, Sandeep, the entire Brahmos will be taught completely in English. So, what is the difference between, no, theme and central idea are same. And for a beginner, please don't, I mean, I would suggest you, if you want to just take an experience, okay, go give it, but rest, don't worry. Don't worry about this course. See, if not the Hindu, go with Times of India, anything is fine. Okay, informative and analytical tone of the RC. I will answer this question. Don't worry. I'll take a live example, and I will show you what is an informative RC and what is analytical RC. Okay. By the end of this year, the classes will be done by the end of this year for the beginners. Now, your exercise: read the first passage, and you identify the central theme of RC. Your task number 1, you identify the central theme of the RC and give me the answer first. That is your first task. In any RC, you will get the central idea, Ravli Vinay. You will definitely get the central idea. It's all about reading in the first paragraph and the last paragraph and comprehending it. And the second thing, there are certain options where you need to eliminate. For example, if the option is too wide or too narrow, you have to eliminate. Or if the answer choice is pinpointing at a very small specification, even then you need to skip the option, or you need to mark it as a wrong answer. Please repeat your question. Okay. Now, for all those who are giving the answer choice as B, my question is, why is answer choice D, why A and why C are important? B is right is okay, but I want you to tell me why are A, C and D important, and that way you will understand how to eliminate options. So please tell me, why is A wrong? Let us go one by one. Why is answer choice A wrong? Let me read it. Global warming is very urgent issue of the time. There are certain issues given. Global warming is urgent issue. There are certain issues signaling the crisis seriousness. Some countries are taking action, others are delaying. Cooperation is needed. Okay. Yes. Option A is an example. Very good. So it is wrong. What about answer C? What about answer C? Answer C is focusing on, answer choice C is focusing on one element, one minor element, or one small element of the, yes. C is talking about the situation, or it is focusing on only one aspect. Very good. So other wrong options should be one aspect focused answer choices. Next, why is D wrong? Why is D wrong? Yes, Mishra. Why is D wrong, dear? Yeah, D is very broad. D is a very broad generalization. See, in this topic, you're talking about rising sea levels, melting glaciers, but this is too generalization. You're talking that extreme weather events are increasing worldwide. Isn't it a very wide generalization? So, in picking up the central theme of RCs, you need to make sure you are eliminating general information, then examples, and then any one topic or minute options. Now, let us look at second question, and please solve question number 2. Please solve question number 2. Now, when reading, please please read it in a manner that you are not reading the entire lines. For example, if I am reading this, social media, both blessing and a curse, positive and negative. Governments are struggling to regulate. Users too must become responsible. So the idea is about social media being both positive and negative, role of individuals and governments. So this is how you read the RC or you read any paragraph. Okay. Now everybody is giving answer choice C, one is giving A. Let's look at it. Okay, so social media has benefits requiring responsible use. Yes, this is the right answer choice. Answer choice C is good. And Ganesh, yes, A is a positive aspect and B is one problem. D is very vague and irrelevant line. The topic, the RC is not about the size of the threat, etc. So D is also wrong. Okay. Now look at the RC number 3. Question number 3. Now, in question number 3, in question number 3, we are doing one small exercise. I am hiding the options. Please read it and give me the idea. According to you, what is the central theme? Please read it and give me the central theme here. Okay. Now, first thing, I will tell you how to read a particular passage. See, in the exam, you will have very lengthy RCs. You should not read the entire RC. I am reading this along with you. I did not read this. I mean, it's been really long. We prepared this sheet. So, I am reading this in front of you and I will show you how to read this. There are inventions. See, I am reading the lines and I am summarizing the lines at the same time. In my mind, I am summarizing the lines and I am identifying the lines. If I have a rough book, I will write the summary. For example, if let us say for the next 2 minutes, I will take myself out of the screen for 2 minutes and I will tell you if this is my rough sheet. I will show you how I will summarize the RC in the exam hall when I am reading this. I will have a rough sheet in my hand when I'm reading and I will see inventions. This is about inventions. Then there are positive examples. Yet this is about disruptions. Then there are examples of disruptions. Then the definition of progress, that is the conclusion. The definition of progress where invention and adaptation both are equally important. And then you're talking about machines neutrality. I will summarize my RC like this. when I'm doing this in the exam hall. Okay, I will do this exercise so that I have a clear cut idea, and when there are 4 or 5 paragraphs, I have a summary, and when I have a summary, I know where to read, I know what to read, and that will help me a lot. Now I will then the core idea is that you're talking about modernization. There are, it can be both blessing and a curse. Yes, you're absolutely right. Now we will look at the options. First is internet has connected the world like never before. It's a positive. Internet inventions throughout the history have always brought disruptions. It is semi negative. Technology is neutral, impact depends on choices. This is a balanced idea. This is job losses again. So answer choice is C. But my point is how you are reading the RC and what you are summarizing. Let us do this for one more exercise. Take 2 minutes and you write a summary of this. Okay, then I will write the summary, but please take a couple of minutes and read this and write a rough work of this. Please write rough work for this. Assuming that you are in the exam hall and you are reading this, this is your RC and you are writing the rough. Please write the rough work practice. No, Sandeep, there is no current affairs which is there in the Brahmos. The reason is that we have to prepare a lot of notes for current affairs and the entire notes is not ready. And at this point, I'm recording the core GS content. So this year in this Brahmos, I'm not promising any current affairs. Nevertheless, if there is anything important and interesting that happens in the news, I will discuss them once in a while. Then that's it. Now please write the rough work of this. Please tell me once you complete writing the summary, I'll tell you how to write, how to summarize RC in the exam hall. You have more questions. Just summarize the first paragraph. It's okay. Let's not waste much time. Summarize the first paragraph. That's enough. Meanwhile, if there are any questions, you can ask. Right. Now we will write the summary. Indian agriculture. The theme is Indian agriculture has suffered lack of value addition and organized processing of raw produce, enabling the better integration of farm to fork. So the problem is there is no value addition and there is no processing. And the reason for this is taxation. There are various taxes that are mentioned. The reason is taxation, and all this is sorted by GST since 2017. And this is the first part. Now virtually every agricultural good will now attract a GST of 0 or 5%. And now this includes, I will write my examples in my rough work. The reason is in RCs they will ask you example based questions and it will become difficult to go back to the RC and check for the examples. So if I have examples, I will write them in my rough sheet. This includes ice creams, chocolates, biscuits, cookies, cakes, pastries, etc. Usually you will not have these many number of examples in the examination hall. Now these are all being at 18%. These were all at 18%. The truth is ice cream is a dairy product. There is a certain truth, etc. The primary ingredients are given. So this would be my summary. In the first part, I will write in my rough sheet about the agriculture and taxation. And in the next part, I will write the examples. So this is how you need to summarize any RC when you are handling questions. Okay. Now we will look at the next part. Now you have a larger question, larger RC. I want you to read this RC and we are handling the central theme. This RC is divided into two pages. I will again hide my face for a couple of minutes. This RC is divided into two pages. Please let me know once you read the first page. As I told you, please summarize in your rough work. Please summarize this, solve the question. Once you're done with this, tell me. I will scroll up and we will read the entire RC and we will solve for the summary. And at the same time, once you are done with the summarization, even I will summarize along with you. Please do this. Hi Manju, you're targeting SSC 2026. You don't have a guidance. The guidance will continue here, dear, and the random giveaway pick is already complete. We told you that the pickup will be done at 10 p.m. Sorry, 5 p.m. on around 6th of evening. So we just picked it up. For the others, we have a plan. For those who were not picked up and who are not enrolling in the courses, Siddhi will not leave you. We will do guidance videos, and along with that, we came up with a thought that is all the revision sessions of Brahmos will be done on YouTube live. So there are two things. One is the live mentorship sessions that are there in the course that anyways will continue, and the important suggestions that we will give, that will be those will be done as guidance videos on YouTube. But along with that, whatever revision classes are there for the Brahmos enrolled candidates, those revision classes will be done on YouTube and they will be open for everyone. And you can attend the revision class, you will get a crux of the topic, and once the revision is done, you can use the standard sources and you can prepare as well. So we will not leave anyone and we will support you guys. Now please read this and tell me once you're done with it. Well, Tishif, there's no promise, Suma. There is no promise. But please revise the topics of Indian drainage and landforms. There are a lot of questions on landforms in steno paper. So please look at landforms and Indian drainage for sure. Done? Okay. I'm scrolling up for the next part of the RC. Please read this. Please read the next part. Done? So what is the summary here? Let's read it. I'll read it now. I did not read this, so I'll read it now. For centuries, there is a debate on the true meaning of progress. This is one line that I will pick up. The progress was linked to conquest earlier and various examples, and the greatness is also measured by the size. But industrialization has increased. Progress is now economic growth. So progress is now economic growth, and there is a rapid industrialization which became modern and others remain backward. So this is a topic of progress. Here the topic of progress, they're defining the topic of progress and they're increasingly they're talking about the evolution of progress. So this line is not just enough for the central idea, but we know that it is about the progress. Next, over time, definition became wrong. People understood that it is wrong. There are numbers, but there are disturbing realities. GDP could be there, but there are certain problems. environmental degradation, etc., etc. Economists and thinkers point out that wealth is not enough. So this RC on the whole tells that this paragraph tells that wealth is not enough. Now there is a new concept of gross national happiness, where there are a lot of well-being things, etc., etc., that are involved. And this is important. You introduce HDI. If I am writing the rough work, I will write this, because definitely if there are questions on this, they will pick up this line, because this is a pinpointed example. Next, these efforts are reflecting a lot of realization of the society. So the debate on progress is evolving. The critical question also has changed. That is, are you creating the right kind of welfare conditions, etc.? And they are telling you what is the true progress. So the central idea of RC is, the attempt of the RC is to tell you how to define progress and what is the progress. What is the idea of progress? And they're telling that idea of progress is not just about numbers, it is about the entire life that they give. Now let us look at the examples. Economic growth is most reliable measure? No. Alternative models are better? There is no answer specifically for this. True progress must include a lot of things? Yes. Nations in the industrial age? No. Did you understand how I'm reading an RC and what lines I'm skipping and what I'm picking up? I did not read the entire RC, I did not read all the words. The answer is C, keep it aside. But by now, with the help of this exercise, did you get how to read RC, what to skip, what to read? The keys to success in any reading comprehension is all about understanding what to read and what to skip. So, is this clear on what I skipped? Did you notice what lines I'm underlining and how I'm reading and how I'm analyzing the RC before I go towards a question? Yes. So, that is very important. So in RC, the success is all about reading and understanding. It's not about reading the whole thing, it's about understanding what to read. That I will handle it in any other class, any other discussion. Now, the next type of questions that are there are about tone of RC. As someone said, there is one problem with respect to tone of RC. Usually, there are 6 major tones in any RC. First is optimistic tone, where the author tells that there is a particular problem, we are going through a particular situation, but there is a light, there is a ray of hope in the entire darkness, and the author will give you certain reasons for the hope and reasons for the positivity. That is the first thing. Next, there are certain RCs where you are completely critical, you will negate the author's idea, author will give an idea and he will give you one or two reasons why this idea is wrong, and they will conclude. Third is sarcastic tones of RCs. In sarcastic tone, obviously we know what sarcasm is, right? We camouflage it, with positivity, but there is inherent criticism involved. That is sarcasm. Now there is an RC which is analytical in nature, and there are RCs which are informative in nature. Now there is one question that one of you asked, what is the difference between informative RC, and analytical RC? I will give you 2-3 different lines here itself and I will tell you the examples. Informative RC goes like this. GST in India was introduced in 2017. There are 4 slabs, 5%, 18%, 28%, and for sin goods there is a process of 40%. GST included lot of levies, duties, cess, etc., etc. And GST was introduced as a part of 101 constitutional amendment. And lastly, they will give one more line. This is one type. The second type, GST was introduced in 2017. Before GST, there is a problem of tax on taxation in India. GST is a unified tax. GST tried to subsume lot of duties and it introduced various slabs. The slabs are 5%, 18%, 28%, and 40%. But there are nested lists, that is, in each slab there are various items. But there is one particular problem with respect to the segregation. The segregation is micro detailed and micro managed. So Government of India came up with a new set of reforms. The next reforms are next generation GST, where they try to address the problem. Now tell me, what is the difference between first RC and second RC? Yes, second one is analytical. There, you are talking about the topic, you're looking at the information, you're looking at the pros, cons, problems of the given information, and you are coming to a conclusion. Those kind of RCs are called as analytical RCs, whereas informative RCs merely dump information. So that is the difference between what is a analytical RC. Analytical RC gives you reasons. Yes, exactly. Reasons is the keyword. In analytical RC, you have lot of reasons that are given. If you want only GS Sandeep, there is an exclusive. There is a separate GS module that is there. You can enroll in it. So in analytical RCs, you have reasons, whereas in informative RCs, it is all about data pointers. Next is about pessimistic RC, where it is always doubtful. So these are various tones of RCs, and there are certain keywords for each tone. For example, please read this RC. This is optimistic in tone, which is positive, which is very hopeful. And the red lines are your keywords to understand that this is an optimistic RC. Please look at this and read it. Static GK of MTS is very important. Cynical is again doubtful. Doubtful is pessimistic. Cynical is doubtful. There is no hope. Yes, Anil Sagar, for MTS, static GK is very important, and yes, you need to go through PYQs. PYQs are very, very relevant for the upcoming MTS exam. Right. Yes, Ante, that's it, Vandana. Exactly, you're right. Please read the optimistic tone. You see the optimistic tone. Education is the foundation of progress, but there is remarkable transformation. There is wonderful transformation. There is lot of positive transformation. So such words indicate the optimisticness or hope of the author. Or for example, technology brought classroom into every household. It is breaking barriers. It is doing a lot of good things. So optimistic tone is all about there is a lot of good involved. There are a lot of good things happening. Okay, so these kind of words are written in optimistic tone, and in optimistic tone there is a lot of positivity. Next is about critical tone. In critical tone, there are a lot of negatives. There are a lot of complaints involved. For example, consumerism thrives on waste. Thriving on waste is a very, very, why can't this be analytical? See, the analytical topic is completely different, tone is different. Analytical is a style of RC. Informative, analytical, these are styles of RC. But I am talking about the tone of the author. Author can have a positive tone, negative tone, satirical tone, or a neutral tone. So I am trying to explain you the tones of the RC. Now this RC is about the critical tone. Critical tone where you are criticizing. You're talking about negativity. For example, the consumerism is living on waste. It is thriving on waste. Companies release new models of phones every year. They know that they want to convince people that the existing one is outdated. So you're increasing a lot of wastage. You have obsession with new things, but there is no progress. It is all irresponsible. This tone is called as critical tone. Critical tone is where the author is. I am sorry, I have to hide my picture. Yeah. So critical tone is all about criticizing. It is all about stating the negatives. Now the next tone is about sarcastic tone. Sarcastic tone is about mockery. Mockery is where you will use the words such as so-called benefits, right? Or let's say this one says politicians claim they are the servants of the people. So you are mocking the politicians, right? You are doing false praise. There is false praise. there is false flattery involved, that is the sarcastic tone, and I'm sure every one of you can understand the sarcastic tone. These are certain common phrases that are included in the sarcastic tone RC. Please go through it, you can understand clearly. Now, this is the final revision box. If you're optimistic, you will have positive words, you will have uplifting, mood lifting words, you have words that will radiate and that will give lot of confidence in you. If it is critical, you will disapprove, you will criticize, you will comment. If it is sarcastic, you will mock. Neutral is completely balanced. In neutral, you will have informative, you can have analytical. They are neutral in nature, and pessimistic always says that there is a lot of danger involved, and there is a lot of damage that is going to happen, etc. So this is about the tones of the RC. Now please look at question number 1 and you tell me what is the tone of this RC. Please solve this question. What is the tone of this RC? Hi Kumar Ambarish, audibility was at the beginning of the lecture. You can fast forward. Phrases, a class has already done and it is uploaded. Rish, please go through the class of phrases. And yeah, please solve this RC for the tone. You have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes, please solve it. Okay. So these are your options: neutral, critical, official, critical. Okay, let me read it. Let me read it. Let us understand what is the answer. The 19th century celebrated industrialization. Okay. Just a minute, I'm reading it. Okay, let's look at 19th century spoke of celebrated industrialization, and nations measure their strength by the thickness of their smoke. Wow. This could be satirical also. This could be satirical. Let's look at it. There, the length of the railway lanes, etc., etc. There are a lot of examples. Progress is equal to output. Output is dominance. Yet there is a lot of reality. He is talking about realities. Slums, factories, kids, etc. And there are very few voices who questioned it because the entire landscape was about progress. Fast forward to the present. Echoes are hauntingly familiar. This is again one keyword that helps us to understand the tone. The numbers are damaging. GDPs are good. Now, markets are climbing. There is growth, but there are a lot of people who don't have many things. So, definitely, this is not optimistic. And there is a paradox. The paradox is a question. What, did we learn anything from the history? Industrial revolution destroyed, and digital revolution is doing the same thing. So this is also not a neutral one. Economic growth in itself may fatten graphs, but unless it translates into sustainable well-being, it becomes a hollow triumph. See, this is a sarcastic one rather than a critical one. The smokestack is nothing but this is a chimney and you have a lot of smoke coming out. Yes. So I would prefer the answer choice of sarcastic rather than critical, because in critical you will completely complain but you will not give any positive statements. It's a 50-50 between critical and sarcastic, and at the end I will go towards sarcastic because there are certain words. For example, For example, there is one word. For example, let us say government is boasting of growth, but there are a lot of problems. Industrial revolution dazzled many things, but it also destroyed many things. So there are certain words which are glorifying it. Yes, there are certain very good titles that are glorifying it, and yet at the same time, we are also talking about the negatives and the problems. So I will go with sarcastic. I hope it is clear on why sarcastic. Yeah, we will go through a question and we will see what is a neutral one. Okay, how many questions are there? Okay, we will do question number 4 again. Where does question number 4 start? Yes. Please look at question number 4. We will do that some other day, dear. Let's do it some other day, not today. Yeah, thank you for recognizing, Prithvi. Thank you. That's a heart from my end. Okay, your answer is critical. Let's read it. Let's read it. The story of democracy is often told as a story of lot of leaders, but though this picture is very good, the pulse of real history is left out. The rights are not gifted. It comes out of a fight. So it is not the generosity of the kings. It is the struggle of the citizens, workers, women, etc. This is an example. Consider the labor movement. Factories, this is all about an example. So mostly I'm not looking at it. This is all example understood. Now, this perspective matters. That is, the struggle is also very, very important. There is a lot of inequality. There is a lot of authoritarianism. So we believe that democracy is secure, but democracy is not really secure. Yes, the tone of the RC is critical in nature. The answer is absolutely right. They are criticizing it. They are saying that democracy now is a myth. There are a lot of problems. So we feel that democracy is good, but democracy is not completely secure. There are a lot of problems, etc. Not today, Ananda Kumar. It is not today. We will do that some other day. So the answer is critical trim top. It is not inspirational tone. Shall we do one more question? We will do one more question and then we will proceed towards the rest part. Yeah. Let's do question number 3. Please do question number 3. Oh, okay. I'll do one thing. I'll try to. क्या करना है? How to do this? Okay. I'll write the options: pessimistic, analytical, sarcastic, and neutral. Okay. This is the RC. The options are pessimistic, sarcastic, neutral, and the fourth option is analytical. Please do this question. No, there is no critical in the answer choices, dear. Okay. Let me read it. Science is romanticized a lot. Science is romanticized a lot as if discoveries are clean, the reality is messy. Each great breakthrough came from centuries of trial and error and mockery. Ideas once dismissed shaped civilizations, they gave final fruits. So, science is advanced by self doubt. So, they are talking about science in very, very positive tone. They're trying to explain how science works. Now, as humanity confronts the problems, you can't expect neat and immediate answers. Science consensus comes through debate, revision, and at times you get dead ends. Frustrated societies that demand solutions, but beauty is there in refusal to act. Those who dismiss science because it changes are missing the essence. Science is basically about change. Yes, this is an analytical RC where the author is trying to explain you the nature of science. Yes, you're all correct. Yeah, the question of Chidananda. Yes, the syllabus slightly varies for each of the examinations. Syllabus is clearly mentioned in the syllabus copies. I'll just take 1 second of you and I will talk to you about this. See, the syllabus changes for each examination. The syllabus is very clearly mentioned in the syllabus copies. You need to look at the syllabus copies and you should have syllabus copies on your fingertips. Only then you will have a good grip on the subject, on the examination. So please go through the syllabus copies. For instance, in the steno exam paper of 2025, people complained a lot stating that there are a lot of questions which are there in the out of syllabus. But the fact is, if you look at the syllabus copy of steno, there are questions, there is syllabus which mentions about arithmetical reasoning and computational reasoning. So questions were asked in the syllabus copy. But the problem in SSC exam preparation and SSC aspirants is we don't look at the syllabus copy and we look at reference books and the mock exam papers as our syllabus. But that is not true. Each exam has a clear cut syllabus that is mentioned and they're asking you questions based on the syllabus itself. Siddhananda, the entire upcoming plan is based on the new syllabus itself. It is based on the syllabus copy only. Right? So, this is about the tone of the RC. Now, let us look at the next topic, very tricky topic, that is inferences. Please tell me, what is the meaning of inference? What is the meaning of inference? Siddhananda, are you from Kannada? Sorry, Karnataka? Nice. What we observe from the topic, what is the conclusion? Yeah, acha, it is there on the slide. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. So, the inference is nothing but an understanding. Okay. When you're talking about inferences, there is one. I don't know. Paila Anand Kumar, yeah, I'm hiding you forever on this channel. Okay, please don't spam it. Now, please understand. Inference of a RC is about what is the conclusion that you can take. When you're looking at the inferences, the most common mistake that we do is we imply our knowledge. For example, there is an RC on climate change, and the RC nowhere talks about pollution and greenhouse gas emission. Okay, the RC talks about various other factors, but it is not talking about pollution, it is not talking about any greenhouse emissions. But in the answer choices, they will give you greenhouse emissions, and we tend to mark it. So, when you are doing inferences, please make sure you keep your knowledge of the topic, your awareness of the topic in a safe place, and you look only at the content that is given in the RC, and based on that, you need to draw the inferences. If you can take care of this, majority of your problem is solved. So, inference is the hidden meaning, and never use the outside knowledge. Okay, and you look at the repeated ideas. I will show that with the help of an example, but there are certain trap sentences. First thing, if the option, if the answer choice directly copies and pastes the verbatim of the RC, if they pick up the entire line directly from the RC and they give you the line and they say that this is the inference, that is absolutely wrong. Inference is our understanding, it is our conclusion. So please don't pick up the exact verbatim as inferences. First thing. Next, please check the scope. For example, let's say the RC talks about climate change that is happening because of pollution. Now, in the answer choices, you will have a very wide answer choice. For example, climate change is because of the entire human activity. Now, this is very broad. Whereas the original RC is focused upon climate change because of pollution, and your answer is saying that the climate change is because of all the human activity, such answers are extremely wrong. So, in inferences, please make sure you keep your understanding, your awareness of the topic aside, and check for wide and broad concepts. If the answer choice is extremely broad and wide, that is wrong, and if it is extremely narrow, it is wrong. And there are some answer choices where the author's opinion will be contradicted. For example, let us say there is an RC which says that pollution, we have discussed a lot of pollution. Now let us take the example of, let's say, tariffs. Okay, now the entire RC, you read an RC of around 150 to 200 words. The RC says that US imposed a lot of tariffs, but the tariffs have a minimal effect on the country. This is the RC. In the options, it says tariff has a massive impact on textiles and gem industry. Now, this line is contradicting the viewpoint of the author. Author tried to say that tariffs are not showing much of an impact and India is resilient and India is handling it. Whereas your answer choice says tariffs have major impact on a specific sector. So if your answer choice is contradicting the original idea, then definitely it is not an inference that you need to draw. So in inferences, the problems are: number one, you should not apply your knowledge and your understanding. Two, if the answer choice is very broad, if it is very wide, don't go for it. And third is, if it is contradicting the author's opinion, then you have to hide it, you have to contradict it, right? So now please look at the simple passage and solve the question. See, when I'm asking you to solve the questions, I will hide it, but when I'm discussing something, I wish that I'm visible. Okay, so now please solve this question. I hope this RC is visible properly. Answer choice D is, yeah. Now all the four answer choices are clearly visible. Please solve this. Okay, good. Government recently increased spending on renewable energy projects. Very good. Solar parks are expanding. Wind energy has also increased, and officials say that this will reduce the dependence on imported coal. So this RC is all about renewable energy projects and dependency on coal. Now answer choice A. Country will completely stop using coal. This is irrelevant. This is irrelevant. This is wide. Imported coal is no longer required. This is again an extreme option. Wind energy is the only renewable source. This is also an extreme option. Whenever you have extreme answer choices, please mark them as wrong. Okay. Now, please look at second question. This is slightly moderate in nature. Please look at the second question. Great. Online, it is increasing rapidly, but teachers say that it cannot fully replace. Human interaction is difficult to replace digitally, but online education has made it accessible. Now online education will soon make classrooms unnecessary. This is contradicting the idea of the author. Author says that online platforms are good, but there are certain problems. Classrooms are very relevant and classrooms are important. Whereas your option answer choice A says this is unnecessary, this is contradicting. Now, classroom is superior in every aspect. This is again too wide. It says classroom has certain good aspects, but classrooms are expensive. Next, online education improves the access, but it cannot replace the traditional classrooms. This is balanced, this is good, and teachers prefer online platform to school. This is again out of the box. Now look at third example. Please look at question number 3 and please try to solve it. And tomorrow morning by 10:30 or 11 o'clock mostly, the checklist of maths will be published. So those are the topics that you need to check for upcoming 2025 CGL exam. The video is already recorded and the checklist will be published tomorrow. Please make sure you prepare those topics for sure. Okay, C is correct. Let's see. Economic growth has been accompanied by inequalities. Small section now controls a lot of wealth. There is inequality again. Governments are celebrating GDP, but there are a lot of social tensions. Now, this is extreme statement. This is a wrong statement. This is opposite statement. This is also an opposite wrong statement. So, yes, C is the answer. So, this is how you will bring out the inferences. Now, let us practice question number 1. This is the practice question, exam standard practice question. Please do question number 1. फिर से again. Is C correct again? Acha, B. Okay, let's see. B or C, let's spend a minute and see. In early days of internet, there are so many scholars who believed it will be an equalizer. Okay, it gives access of information, so it will it is going to narrow divisions, democratize knowledge, etc. But the picture is now different. Okay, digital tools have replaced libraries, lectures, and courses at fingertips. Divide is now the deepened divide is there. Yes, there is a divide. Okay, beyond access, there is a question of what is it doing to the relationships. It connects people, but it is more or less, yes, people find lonelier. This is really true. I don't know how many of you agree with me, but this RC is absolutely true. Scrolling endlessly, but you're not forming any bonds of depth. Friendships are measured in likes, etc. Internet has widened the possibilities of interactions, but it has hollowed out the meaning of interactions. Now, as Sindhu said, let's say you're doing this RC without reading the entire RC and you're looking at only the options. What will you eliminate and how will you eliminate? 1. Internet has completely failed. This is wrong. Okay, you just have a skim through. then you will understand this is wrong because this is an extremely worded statement. Now, access to tools has eliminated all the divides. Again, this is extreme statement and this is wrong. Now, online interactions are always superficial and meaningless. This is also an extreme statement and this is also wrong. So, you will go to answer choice B. If you are good at practicing and if you practice 30 to 40 questions, then definitely you can identify these kind of questions like this. Right? So, this is about answer choice, this question. Now, look at question number 1. Now, we will try to do this question without reading the RC. Okay, we will do this without reading the RC and we will verify ourselves whether we are right or wrong. Is this the same question? Looks like the options are same. Is this the same question? It looks like the options are same. Let's leave it. We go to the next question. Right. Now, we are looking at question number 3 and we are looking at options first. We will try to handle this question from the options. At least we will eliminate some of the options and we will see whether our elimination techniques are working or not. Economic growth is meaningless. It should be abandoned. Nobody will write something like this. Industrialization brought only harm, completely negative. Treating the environment as separate from the economy creates false measures of the progress. This is a balanced statement. Future generations will adapt to the damage caused by the earlier ones. They will inevitably adapt. This looks like a 20% correct answer choice. If I don't have time and I want to take a chance, I will go with answer C. A comma B are eliminated. D is at 2080 where 20 is correct, 80 is wrong. Now let us look at the RC and let us see whether eliminating the extreme sentences works or not. Please read it and you tell me. Please read it and tell me, is this technique implementable? You have to implement these kind of elimination techniques with a pinch of salt. Okay, you don't have time. The RC is very lengthy. It is of around 400 to 500 words. You check the options. There are 3 options which are extremely extremely vague, extremely broad and such options. Then yes, you go with this kind of solving. No problem. It saves a lot of time. Yeah, it will help out. The more you practice, the more you become experienced. Once you get experience, you can definitely tell what is what. See, it's all a matter of practice. That's it. Yeah, at times it is a trap. Yes, absolutely. At times it is a trap. You can apply it in real exam. No. Not the concept of statement based GS questions. There you please apply it very, very carefully. It is a very dangerous application. You need to be well versed and you should have very good practice of application of that in GS. The extreme keyword statement of in concept based questions, it is very, very delicate walk. Okay, it's a very careful, very delicate walk. You need to be very balanced there. But it works in critical intelligence, critical reasoning, emotional intelligence, and your RC type of questions. Yes, it works. Yes, it will help a lot in reasoning. Yes, but in GS, please be cautious. Gone were those days when, for example, in UPSC GS questions where science and technology questions, all these statements are correct. Gone are those days. They are not giving questions like that. Now let us read it and let's see. Okay. Industrialization is praised for lifting a lot of people out of poverty. Yes, there is a smokestack that adds a debt to the entire air, and you are clearing forests. You are imposing a lot of costs. For a lot of period, these costs are treated as externalities. as if nature is a lot of warehouse, but consequences are visible. There is global warming that is rising, and they all these are not accidents, these are our choices. So you are arguing that if figures are growing like this and there are a lot of environmental costs, then the prosperity is that it's a borrowing for future. Now let us look at options. Option D is contradicting the idea. Author says that if you spend like this, it is a problem for future. Whereas if the answer choice number D says that for future generations they will adapt. So D is exactly opposite. D is exactly opposite to what is given. So D is wrong. Right? Now you understood when you're handling inferences, you will have two types of options. One type of option where it is extreme, it is wrong. Second type of option where the line is contradicting the author. Here you will fall in a trap. Here you will fall in a trap. You need to be very careful. Vandana, if you have not touched your current affairs yet, please don't touch it now. Just practice, just study government schemes, sports, awards. Only these three topics from any source, it's okay. Government schemes, we have a class. I think class is somewhere on 10th or 11th. I don't remember the exact date, but we have a class for government schemes, and that is enough. For sports and awards, you pick up any material, it's okay. But beyond that, don't run behind current affairs because the logic is simple. You will have three questions, right? Books and authors, yes. Books and authors is a static GK topic. See, the reason why I'm asking you not to run behind current affairs is extremely simple. You will have three questions at max, right? Of those three questions, definitely you'll have one question or two questions which are way beyond the way beyond the timeline, right? For example, there will be questions from 2021, etc., etc. So don't run behind those current affairs. Last 6 months to 8 months is enough if you have prepared it already. Else go with government schemes. Thus, giveaway update will be given tomorrow. We have recorded it. The update video, the giveaway video will be posted tomorrow. I think somewhere in the evening at around 4:30. Okay. Morning you will have a video on important topics of mathematics, and evening is the giveaway video. It is done. No, Aishwarya, I'm not doing anything for civil services at this point of time. And I don't know, in the near future we may or may not handle UPSC because it's not a one man job. Handling UPSC is definitely not a one man job, and I'm afraid of it. We want a very good team. So, yep, it will take time. We will see. Spotting errors ka we have to see when the classes. Please do this question number 3. Again, solve from the options first, then you go to the question. Yeah, the risk to reward ratio is very less. It's okay, Mr. Rasi. You have exam in the next 6 to 8 days, so anxiety is common. It's okay. It's okay. Anxiety is common. It is bound to happen. So fine. No issues. History is taught in schools always hides the truth? No. National celebrations are unnecessary, harmful? No. All societies manipulate? No. Answer choice B. If your options are like this, 100% you can utilize elimination techniques, right? So this is about the inferences topic, and these are the types of RCs. Okay, now we will have a quick recap on the rules of narration, and we will solve some questions of narration. We will quickly solve some lengthy questions of narration, but before that, any narration sentence has got 5 parts. Okay, done. We will talk about it. Now, any narration sentence has got 5 parts, right? You have reporting verb, you have reported verb, you have pronoun, right? All the questions on reporting sentences or narrations can be handled based on these keywords itself. Just give me a moment. I am looking for the notes of narration. I don't precisely remember where it is saved, so just give me one moment. No, not this video. This is not the one that I'm looking at. English? No, not this one. Where's the narration in there? Okay. I think it is missing somewhere. No problem, even if it is missing, we will write it again. Yes. Okay. Fine. This is the notes. See, I'll quickly skim through the rules. This is not a full class, this is revision. So I'm just skimming through the rules. There are various types of questions in your narrative sentences: assertive, interrogative, imperative sentences. Any question that ends in a question mark is your assertive sentence. The rest you also have imperative and interrogative sentences, etc. Now, any narration statement has got 5 parts to it. Should I hide myself? Is it visible? Okay. Any narration sentence has got 5 parts to it. One is reporting verb. This is reporting verb. Second is the comma quotation mark. Third is pronoun. Fourth is the reported verb. And fifth is the adverbial of time. In any narration sentence, change is made in all these 5 parts. If you can eliminate any two positions, you will handle the question. For example, if you can eliminate reported verb and pronoun, you can eliminate the other options and you can come to a right option. So all you need to know is how are you modifying these things. For example, you have says, right? Your reporting verb is in present tense or past tense, whatever it is. Says remains the same. Says to is tells, said is said to is told. This is one place where you can look for elimination options. Next, inverted commas, it's okay. Next changes pronouns, right? If you can eliminate pronoun, then you can eliminate some of the answer choices or some of the options. For example, she said to me, this is the object. Now, pronoun will depend upon this particular object. That is first type of change in the pronouns, right? For example, in the sentence you have first person pronouns. I hope you know the persons of pronouns: first person, second person, third person. First person pronouns are I and we. Usually change in the pronoun depends upon the object. So if I have a first person pronoun, it depends on the subject of the sentence. First person pronoun is always changed to the subject. So she said to me I. The change would be she said to me she. She said to me we. She said to me she. So if this is a first person, it is dependent upon the subject of the sentence. Raj said to me I. Raj said to me he. The captain said we. The captain said, it becomes we. Right? So if the pronoun is first person, then I, you will change it based on the subject. And if it is we, there are certain exceptions. For example, you said to me we, it is we. For example, Raj said to me, we are going. So Raj said to me, we are doing, we would be doing. So if the pronoun is we and you have me in the object, then there is no change with respect to pronoun. This is also one elimination technique. Next thing is about second person. If your pronoun is second person, it will depend on the object of the sentence. You have subject and you have object. Second person depends on the object. For example, Raj said to Rita you. So you depends on the object. Object is female, she. Okay. If this is Rita said to Raj you. You depends on the object. Object is male, he. The teacher said to the students you. You is second person, students is plural, they. Okay. Next, if you have he, she, it or they, there is no change. So if you can verify the pronoun, you can eliminate some options. If you can verify the change of the reporting verb, you can eliminate some options. And finally, if you can eliminate the tense of the sentence, you can eliminate certain options. For example, you have past, present tense or future tense, then there is no change in the tense of the reported verb. Whereas if there is a change with respect to the tense of the sentence, for example, let us say you have reporting verb which is in past tense, then simple present is converted to simple past, present continuous to past continuous, present perfect to past perfect, present perfect continuous to past perfect continuous. If you can adopt these changes, or if you can recognize these changes, and if you can eliminate the options, then you can handle the lengthy questions of reasoning very easily. I hope the rules are very clear. And there are certain modal verbs where you should not change. For example, may is changed to might, can is changed to could, have to, had to, should. there is no change. Must, there is no change. Yes, I will give this PDF, not a problem. We will give this in our Telegram channel, I'll post it. So our objective is, when you are looking at the sentences, please check for eliminations. Okay, we will practice a couple of questions as well at the same time. There are questions which are posted in Telegram. I will open it up, just give me a minute. There are questions which are already posted. We will apply these on some questions because this is a revision class. Our objective is to solve more questions, right? Now this is a very lengthy question. I want you to solve this question applying elimination techniques. We have seen the elimination techniques till now. We saw the elimination techniques. Solve this using elimination techniques. For example, said to is told. Told, told, said to, told. Next. Said to is told. There are two answer choices. Now, had you responded, you depends on the object he. Had he responded, had he responded. Okay. Next, would not have been derailed so badly. Would not have been derailed. This is right, this is wrong. I hope you understood how we are eliminating without even reading the entire sentence. This practice PDF is provided. The solution PDF is also provided. We will do a couple of other questions. Let's say this question. Let's do this. Yeah. Let's look at question number 4. The officer said. Said is said. So said that. Said that. Said that. Said to is wrong. Said to is wrong. Tell the commanding unit that. So the officer said that unless the weather clears before dawn. So weather clears before dawn. Tense is not changed. This is wrong. This is right. So you have to use elimination techniques when you're handling lengthy narration questions. Look at the rules and then apply them. There should be a tense change. Answer is C. You need to look at tense change. You need to look at pronoun change, and that is more than enough. One more question. Question number 5. She said to her assistant, please. Said to is requested. Requested. Told, said. Gone. Now she requested her assistant, please remind me to call the vendor tomorrow. Tomorrow is the next day. Tomorrow. This is gone. This is right. I am not reading the entire question at all. All I am looking at is just the adverbials, the tense, and I am eliminating the options. We will do one more question. Just another question. Yeah, please look at it. The senior executive said let. Okay. So senior executive requested is wrong because please is not given there and it is a senior executive. So, and this is let. Let is an imperative sentence. There could be request, there could be orders. So request is wrong. Now said to is wrong. Said to is written in direct speech. It is wrong. Told that is also wrong because said to is not given there. So answer choice is A. This is your technique. This is exactly how you're supposed to handle narration questions. Don't read the entire damn question. Look at the options. Look at individual elements. Question number 4. Question number 4. There is no need for will, right? There's no word of will. Okay, I will talk about it thoroughly. We will talk about it after the discussion. We will focus on the core discussion first. Now, please attempt this question. Please try it. Question number 10. Try this question. I will hide myself for a minute. I will talk about it. I'll take all your queries and I'll share my stories. But let's come to the business first and let us do our work. Handle this question. Done. Okay. Said is said that, said that, said that, said if, said had, said that, had the final draft been submitted, had a day earlier, might have included. So this is wrong, this is right. Yes, BBB, yes, yes, yes. So this is about narrations. You can practice this entire sheet using the same techniques. I guess there are around 30 to 40 questions. Oh, there are 50 odd questions. There are 60 questions on this topic. So you can look at the sheet and you can practice all these questions. 70. Okay, there are 100 questions, I think. Yeah, there are 100 questions. All the 100 questions are very lengthy. You can practice all the 100 questions and the explanation is also posted. Now let's come to the last discussion, that is for parajumbles. I will talk about the common traps of parajumbles. Yes, now we are talking about parajumbles. Yes, yes, yes. Now we will talk about parajumbles and I'll tell you what kind of statements are given in parajumbles and how to handle them. Just give me a minute. Types of phrases, this is the notes and the class is also posted. You can look at it. I am looking for the parajumbles or PQRS notes. We have prepared the notes of PQRS also. This is active passive voice, that is already discussed. Landforms is very important. Please make sure you study the topic of landforms. Okay, please study the topic of landforms. It is very, very important for the upcoming exams. There are a lot of questions on landforms in steno paper. Just give me a minute. I am looking for PQRS notes. Yes. Okay, only level 1 is given. No issues. I can teach you the techniques using level 1 also. Okay, techniques and linkages are there. Okay, okay. Now we will do some exercises for parajumbles and I will help you handle parajumbles in an easy manner. Right. Now we are talking about parajumbles. Before I get into parajumbles, let me tell you there are certain aspects where we make mistakes in parajumbles. The mistakes is we are prejudiced, as in we are fixed of a particular opinion. Yeah, we will talk about it. I have to find the notes. If I don't handle the advanced parajumbles, I will handle them, don't worry. But let us look at the parajumbles theory first. Okay, let's understand. You can implement these techniques on the advanced parajumbles. I'll give you practice sheets and if necessary we will solve some of those questions as well. Not a problem. But let us look at the core idea of parajumbles. Okay, in parajumbles the most common mistake that we do is we fix the opening sentences prejudicedly. For example, there is a particular paragraph. The paragraph is an extract somewhere in the middle of an entire larger paragraph. Now the opening statement starts with but our existing knowledge says that the opening statement of parajumble should not open with such words such as but, etc., and we tend to ignore the statement and we fall in the trap. So please don't be prejudiced at all. That's the first thing. Now, one easy way of handling a parajumble is that you identify the entire theme, and if you can identify the opening line, that is the line that shows you the idea of the entire RC. Here we will announce the giveaway tomorrow in the evening. The process is done. Please don't disturb me for the next 10 minutes. Okay, yes, in parajumbles, if you can handle the core idea and if you look for the sentence that is introducing the idea, that will give your opening sentence. There are two ways of finding the opening sentence. One is through the tricks, where you are using sentences such as, for example, if there is a noun in the sentence, that is the opening statement. Okay, or if there is a conjunction, or if there's a pronoun, it is not an opening statement. These are illogical tricks. Instead of that, look at the sentence, look for a sentence that is introducing the idea of the RC or idea of the story. That is your opening sentence. That's the first thing. Next thing, obviously, you need to arrange the sentences by a logical flow, that is called as chronological sequencing. If there are certain activities, for example, let us say there are six sentences are based on activities. For example, let us say I have to take a class. I have to open the door, I have to turn on my camera, I have to plug in the cable, then I have to turn on these two lights, I have to sit here, I have to connect my tablet and take a class. This is a chronological order. There are certain parajumbles where you have lines which are given in a specific chronological order. In such cases, please look for the chronological order. Next is linking. Usually in parajumbles, you need to do two things. First is either identify the opening sentence and establish any one linkage, or you identify a closing sentence and you establish a linkage pair. Okay, for example, let us take there is one mandatory pair that you have identified. That is, turn on the camera, plug in the cable. This is a sequence. Wherever this sequence is, wherever this pair is, it should be only in this manner. If you can identify such pairs, your objective is you identify the pairs and you identify either opening sentence or closing sentence. Identify pair and opening or a closing sentence, then you can definitely handle PQRS questions very, very easily. Okay, now let us do one exercise and let us identify the opening sentences. Okay, usually opening sentences will give you an idea of what the topic is about. Okay, the opening sentence will give you what the whole idea or the crux is, right? Now let us decide the opening sentence in this. Let us do this exercise. Tell me the opening sentence in the first part. Please tell me the opening sentence in question number 1. Giveaway winners will be announced tomorrow in the evening at around 4:30. We have completed the process. The video is recorded. Once edited, tomorrow evening we will post it, and tomorrow morning we will post the important topics of geometry. Sagar, hi. Okay, this discovery has changed the way scientists look. This is not the opening sentence. The fossils were found in a remote cave in South Africa. 2015 fossil discovery shocked the archaeologists, and yeah, this is the opening sentence, right? Now, if you want to order this sentence, what is the parajumble for this, or what is the logical sequence? What is the logical sequence? Opening sentence is 2015 fossils shocked the scientists. Now, the second thing, give me one mandatory pair out of this. All these 5 sentences, give me one mandatory pair. Fossils were found in a cave and they belong to previously unknown species. Can I say BD is a mandatory pair? I'm not looking at the answer now. I don't want you to give me an answer. I want you to give me a pair. Yes, CB is one good pair or BD is another good pair. Okay, so if you can identify an opening sentence and a pair, you can definitely do the question. Now, question number 2. Give me the opening sentence, please. Yes, Mishra, you are right. Question number 2, please give me the opening sentence, please. We will come to the closing sentence later. We will do closing sentences. These measures have helped to reduce air pollution levels in the city. Government recently introduced strict regulations. This looks like one sentence. Officials also promoted the use of public transport. This problem has been worsening as a result respiratory illnesses. So B is the opening sentence. Now, I want you to give me a pair without involving answer choice B. That is, don't give me a pair with B, exclude B, and give me any one pair. Give me any one pair. Okay. Officials also promoted the use of public transport and cycling. These measures have helped to reduce air pollution levels in the city. Very good. CA is a very good pair. Yes, yes. Now, question number 4. This is slightly lengthy. Please give me the opening sentence here. I am hiding myself again. Yes, please give me opening sentence here. Okay. These measures were criticized by industry groups. In an unprecedented move, Ministry of Health and Environment jointly issued a detailed framework targeting industrial carbon emissions. This collaborative effort between two ministries marked a shift in how environmental issues are addressed at a policy level. Over the past decade, pollution related illnesses had become a leading cause of mortality. The framework included phased targets. So, D is your opening sentence. Give me one pair or give me one statement that comes before E. Give me the statement that comes before E. D is the opening statement, well and good. Now tell me, what is a statement that is mandatory? If I want to fill this, what will you fill? Before E. Okay. In an unprecedented move, ministry issued a detailed framework and the framework has phased targets. Yes, very good. BE is a pair. Now, question number 5. Opening statement is good. I want you to give me the sentence option that comes after C. Think of it and give me a sentence that comes after C. Okay. Now, for centuries, rivers shaped the lives. Several environmental groups, alarmed by declining fishing population, started to lobby a lot. In a detailed report released, they documented alarming changes. These findings, supported by satellite imagery, very good. Solve this, RC. Please solve this, RC, and fill all the 5 blank spaces. You have C and D. Yes, you're good. Now fill me the entire parajumble and give me the answer, please. A, B, C, D, E. Is it? Seriously? For centuries, rivers shaped the lives and cultures. There is lot of declining fish population. In a detailed report released last month, there is documentation. The findings, supported by imagery, pushed government to announce plans of restoration, and the restoration plan faced lot of opposition. Right? Okay. So, what are the techniques for us to handle RCs or handle parajumbles here? What are our techniques that we are doing? First, either we are going with opening sentence or a closing sentence. This is based on the theme, and we are identifying a mandatory pair, and we will eliminate options using mandatory pairs, right? So these are the techniques, and this is an exercise where you have to identify the right pairs, right? And then these are the exercises where you are identifying the closing sentences, and at every point you have lengthy questions. Now, in this exercise, in this question, pick me the opening sentence and closing sentence. Give me opening sentence and closing sentence. Those who wrote phase 13, please tell me. Those who wrote phase 13, please tell me, are the questions lengthier than this? Yes, he is opening. Over the last 5 decades, digital payments have moved from urban novelty to everyday infrastructure. Yes. Yet the very speed government backed real time rails. lowered the cost for merchants. Transaction details are raising a lot of questions. Acha, much lengthier. Okay, I'll give you one very lengthy practice sheet. Don't worry. I'll give you a practice sheet with the detailed explanations. C is opening and A is closing. Very good. Okay, we'll do one thing. These are level 1 questions. Please practice this as well. I will give you one sheet which is very self-explanatory in nature, which is lengthy. Okay, and you have valid reasons why that answer is correct. Okay, I'll give you one practice sheet like that. That will help you a lot. A is the ending sentence for this. Yes, you're right. Aishwarya Renu. Yes. Now for this question, hybrid models promise flexibility, but without intentional design, they can entrench inequalities. Pandemic did not invent remote work; it stress tested at a scale no HR manual has contemplated. Companies that codify documentation first norms decisions tend to avoid meeting sprawls. Ultimately, success will depend on earlier gains in recruitment in recruitment diversity in plans by us. Interesting. What is the answer? Yes, Sindhu, you're right. You're opening. Yeah. Yes, you're right. Am I audible now? Yes, yes. You're all correct. You're right. So this is about Parajumbles, and there is a very good notes that is there where I've given you what is a hook, how to identify a hook, and what is a chronological order. Please go through this entire sheet. The sheet is very self-explanatory in nature, and along with the sheet, to supplement the sheet, there is one more sheet that is there in your Telegram channel. The sheet is this. This is the answer copy. These PDFs are provided in Telegram, Vandana. PDFs are provided, and this is the answer copy. In answer copy, for every question, I have tried to explain why something is right, why something is wrong. Please have these two sheets right in front of you, side by side. You can have these two sheets in side by side, and you can handle the questions very well. So this is exactly why the other options are wrong. The answer key explains why other answer choices are wrong and why only a particular answer choice is right. This is provided in our Telegram channel. You can download, just go to the file section and type Parajumbles, you will get it. Please practice this. Right? So this is about today's agenda, where we wanted to talk about RCs, Parajumbles and narrations and the techniques with respect to this. In the next 2 to 3 days, I will try to give you one practice sheet, one lengthy Parajumbles based practice sheet from my end, in that practice sheet I will give you detailed solutions and detailed discussions. So this is from my end. Now please come up with all your questions. Any questions of any sort for the next 10 to 15 minutes, I am available for discussion. Let's sit and talk. Yeah, I am available for discussions. Let's talk. Thank you so much, Trimtop. Thank you. If you are done with the topic, you're free to leave. We are done with the discussion. Quality one shot revision is tomorrow. Quality one shot revision is tomorrow. Satya, in neutral tones of RCs, it is very simple. It is just analytical in nature, and it is very balanced. The author will give you positives, the author will give you negatives, and at the end, they will conclude and they will open it for interpretation. Those kind of RCs are neutral tone RCs. This 2025, I'm not promising any maths marathons. Can you specify the model, Mishra? Please specify the model that you're talking. See, this year in 2025, don't touch reasoning section in the beginning. The questions of reasoning section are very lengthy in nature and they're time consuming. In the earlier pattern, reasoning was very easy. We handled reasoning in 12 to 13 minutes. But this time, it is not the case. So don't open your paper with reasoning at all. It will kill your time. Okay, we will provide the notes for topics of types of sentences. Tomorrow we have a polity live session. The topics of polity are the most important topics that we can expect in the form of questions. We will handle them. If you want to choose one subject out of history, polity, and geography, I would suggest choose polity over geography or history. Because polity is easy, polity is small. See, reflective tone is where you're introspecting. Okay, what is reflection? What is the meaning of reflection? Reflection is nothing but you're verifying what you did is right or wrong. So, that is called as reflective tone. My experience, we will be a little afraid of this exam. See, my experience is completely different from what the current paper standard is. Okay, when we gave SSC exams, we had two tiers. Okay, and there is tier 3 as well. Tier 3 is descriptive in nature. Which subject is easy to start the exam? Start with GS. The reason is very simple. In GS, you have either you know this or you don't know this. It is a gunshot kind of a thing. So it saves your time and don't get disappointed at GS. That's the primary thing. Along with that, in the exam hall, usually we have a subtle nervousness that is there, and nervousness settles down in 5 to 10 minutes. Usually, see, in the exam hall, once you go and once you open the screen, everybody has some subtle nervousness. So, with that subtlety, if you open maths or reasoning and you have to calculate, you have to apply logic, you might fumble. And trust me, if you damage your first 5 to 7 minutes, then your entire paper would be gone. It will be very difficult for you to recover. So, do not open the paper with maths or reasoning. Go with GS. The reason is very simple. It is either you know or don't know. Just remember that GS is also difficult. So if you don't know, don't get disappointed. So open with either GS or English, then you proceed towards the other subjects. And when you're handling maths and reasoning, either maths or reasoning, both are okay, both are totally okay. But make sure you are picking up only and only easy questions. Do easy questions first, then do the moderate questions of maths. Finally, go to the difficult questions of reasoning. Do not go to difficult questions of reasoning in the first, second round, etc. Yeah, GS is literally weak. Okay, see, it's totally okay, Mr. You can pick up either one or two subjects, or at this moment, if your exam is on 12th, honestly, don't touch anything new. If your exam is somewhere at around 25th or 26th, you're lucky, then you pick up very important topics. For example, you can pick up government schemes, sports, books, and authors, and then certain topics of polity and those kind of things. You can pick it up and you can revise. But to be very, very honest and genuine, 20 days or 15 days before the examination, it is not the time to pick up new subjects. Safe attempt. This time papers are difficult. This time you can expect that papers would be difficult, and in that case, safe attempt would be 125 to 130 marks. If your exam is on 18th of September, dear, please don't touch it at all. Honestly, don't touch it. I know it will damage, but it might damage the other existing topics if you don't revise properly. So please don't touch it. Scoring 100 in textbook marks, how much I need to improve to get through tier 1? Please pick up by another 20 to 25 marks. Okay, try to pick up by 20-25 marks trim top. You will be good to go. I've recorded a video on the focus topics of mathematics. Tomorrow morning by 10:30 or 11 o'clock am, the video would be posted. You can check it out. See, if it is difficult for you to remember polity, at this point, don't touch it. In the polity lectures, I will ensure that you can understand polity, and I will detail polity in such a manner that you don't have to worry about remembering. It is all about analysis and connecting to the real time linkages. Okay, so that's about polity. EWS category, forget about any category. If you are into OC, OBC, or EWS, have a safe score of 125 to 130 raw marks. That will definitely help you, Mishra. Yes, I will discuss them. See, if you're, please elaborate your question, Sakit. Please elaborate your question, dear. 25 marks in GS section. See, steps to be taken to avoid negative marking. Ideally, it should be a practice that you would have imbibed in yourself when you're writing mocks. If you are writing or when you're writing mocks, you need to analyze and understand why your answer is wrong. That will build your intuition abilities. But at this point, the only suggestion is that if you have a benefit of doubt about it, don't mark it. I know a guy who gave steno 2025. He prepared very very well, and he did English very well. But when it came to GS in the exam, he thought that if he can attempt more questions, he can do better. And with that itch, he attempted a lot of questions in GS, and his accuracy went haywire. Okay, so please don't do that. Kartikeya, if you did not touch the new topics, it's okay. Don't touch them now. Strengthen the existing topics. If you have touched it, you have notes ready, then prepare, or else don't touch it. And honestly, yeah, you can't learn much of a things in 6 days to 7 days. 6 days to 7 days is all about practice. This is not the time to learn new things. It is really impossible to learn new things. How exactly accuracy works? Okay. Interesting question. I'll try to give you an interesting answer. Okay. I'll answer your question with numbers. Give me a moment. I just need a small white sheet to talk about it. Okay, let's say you have answered 70 questions with 90% accuracy. Okay. You answered 70 questions of which 2 are wrong and 68 are correct. What is your score? 135. In the same 70 questions, you have 12 questions wrong. What is your score? 58 are correct, 12 questions are wrong. What is your score? 110. See the difference? See the matter of accuracy. Yeah, thank you so much, dear. So, this is how accuracy matters. And on this note, I'm taking a leave for today. See you all again tomorrow in the polity revision session. Till then, keep practicing and keep learning. All the best. I've grip of English since my childhood, so my goal is to get full marks in English and medium. Yeah. In that case, go ahead with English, Saket. Go ahead and attempt the English section. And in GS, please attempt only those questions that you know. And you're good to go. You can start your preparation after this tier 1 as well. Okay. Bye bye.